Mark, back to the bread and butter on Saturday, but how good is it to go into that off the back of a really good showing at West Ham?
I think we did ourselves justice looking back on it. We had a go. We were better than we had been previously against Premier League opposition. We can take a lot of heart from it. On the back of Saturday's win, we can go into it in decent spirits, and just knowing that those are the sort of levels we've got to get up to every week.
And do you feel that you're beginning to get there now because that is a win and then followed up by a good performance?
Yeah, well, listen, we've had one bad one against Plymouth where we were poor. Yeah, the players, who've been here over the last 2 years have known what's needed to win games, to be a half successful side. The boys who've come in, have had experience of doing it. So we just got to get back to hard work, back to the bread and butter of going up north, putting in a shift and getting a result. And I've got every confidence. Bury are on a bit of a crest of a wave at the minute, in terms of they've had a couple of good results. The club's buoyed by a bit of stability that they might have, hopefully for them. But it's going to be a tough game for us, but we can go there in good spirits and hopefully perform to the best of our ability. Yeah.
And looking at their results, they score a few and they concede a few. Never shown more so than 6-3 against Norwich.
Yeah, to score 3 is tremendous against a Premier League team. So we've got to be wary of that. They've let a few in. But listen, it won't be a 6-3, I wouldn't imagine. We've got to go there and, like I say, play like we did the other night. Be as tough to beat as we were against Accrington, and just try and get better every game.
And having got that win at Aki, is that almost a monkey off the back with the northern results, or had you not paid any attention to that?
I literally hadn't heard the fact until God has told me on the coach on the way home. It's obviously something that it's nice to get off your back, but like I say, things like that don't really bother me.
How's Troy Brown?
He's got a slight tear in his hamstring by the sounds of it, so probably be out for 2 or 3 weeks. But I thought Ryan came in the other night and was superb.
Yeah, I suppose he's shown he can do the job if needed. Sounds like he will be. His loan's coming up sort of in a few days' time or so. Presumably you'd like to keep him.
Yeah, listen, we had permission off Palace on Tuesday. Well, Monday to play on Tuesday. He'll be involved on Saturday. It was always with the view of extending it. Ryan was, when he came, he's an 18-year-old kid. Just because he's 6'5" and a bit of a man mountain, people think he's older and wiser. Your centre-back pairing always, you try and get some stability, and it was always going to be wait for your chance, and he got his chance, and he showed what he can do. I thought for a debut in senior football, I thought he was pretty outstanding, to be honest. And, now he has to. I spoke to his agent this morning. Now it's a case of waking up yesterday morning, having played your first game, being on that high, and making sure that you do everything properly now between now and Saturday to make sure that you get to the same level of performance. In a league game away at Bury, rather than in front of 23,500 fans at a place like West Ham. So, and he's a great kid. He's great to have around. He's been really good for the month. He's not moaned once. And sometimes you get your chance and you've got to take it, and hopefully Ryan can do that. And
I suppose just looking at his reaction to the elbow he got to the face, he just said, "Well, it's welcome to professional football, isn't it?"
I think so. I think he was out cold. For a couple of seconds, and I thought that was going to be the end of him. But like I say, he got glued up quickly, and he just showed what a character and what a man he is. And even at this, like I say, his tender age, he was superb. Even like.
Because it is tricky blooding young defenders, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's so much easier to blood an attacker.
I think so. Unless they're exceptional and you've known them for a little while. The strange, not the strange thing, but the funny thing with Ryan was we had him 2 days before the start of the season, and that was no fault of our own, no fault of Palace's. It was just circumstances. They needed him for games. We got pretty much a settled team at the back through pre-season. So Ryan just found himself playing a little bit of catch up in terms of being in the team. You know, is Stevie Elliott going to play 46 games like last season? Troy Brown, you know, we have to bring players in that's going to create competition in the squad and keep people pushing for their places. And Ryan's done that, and now he's, like I say, his opportunity came the other night. He certainly grasped that, and hopefully, like I say, he can do the same Saturday.
The business of extending his loan, there's no sort of impact with the transfer deadline on that, is there?
No.
Do you expect to do any business before the deadline?
No.
Injuries? Is Jamie Curitin progressing?
Yeah, again, well, everyone had a day off yesterday. It was a late trip back. He trained on the pitch at West Ham, so that was another good thing to come out of the night. He had a lot of ball work and a real good blow. And hopefully he won't be too far away. This weekend's too soon, and we'll just have to see where we are next week.
Any other injury worries?
No, I think we've got a few kicks and a few bumps and bruises from the other night. A lot of energy expended, but listen, they'll be fine.
Can head to the Bury away. It's going to be a difficult game. A lot of signings there, a lot of changes, but a club buoyant from having recovered from a financial crisis.
Yeah, you know, it's going to be tough. Obviously, they're, you know, like you say, they've found a bit of money. They've had new investors and whatever. So yeah, it'll be tough. They've bought some good players.
Looking back on West Ham, how did you find that? Because it was a great performance from you, great performance from the boys, and probably a little bit unlucky not to get extra time at least.
Yeah, the lads put a real hard shift in, and you know, it's kind of heartbreaking really to lose out on only one goal in the end. But you know, we had a go, and it was only it's only going to help all of our personal experiences really, and help us on the pitch.
Again, looking forward to Bury. It's not a big game, so to speak, but they have done well. They almost got a good result out of Norwich the other night in the cup as well. So, what do you have to be wary about with Bury?
I think we just have to stick to what we do and what we know really. You know, just concentrate on us a bit more, keep it tight at the back as we did, against Accrington, and defended well against the Premiership side on Tuesday, and just concentrate on us and like I say, keep it solid, and then the lads up front will do their business too.